Hi Virat. I just wanted to ask, there has been a lot of outside noise on the form of Chiteshwar Pujara. So how pleasing was it for you and the entire team to see him perform? And do you think the middle order has not been able to fully capitalize on the starts Rohit and Rahul have given in the series so far?
We are very pleased with how Cheteshwar batted this innings. Outside noise, we don't know what's going on and we don't care. So that's none of our business. We know that he was playing well, and it's just a matter of time when he starts to find his rhythm again. Um, and look, this game has been kind of a aberration in how we have gone in this series. First two games, we put ourselves in positions where we had. I mean, we won one game and we had the opportunity to win the first one as well. So we analyze ourselves as a team in terms of what situations we are putting ourselves in, not with numbers. That all happens on the outside. So whether we are helping the team to build partnerships and are we putting the team in good positions is our only focus. And there is no connect between the focuses on the outside and the focuses within the group.
Kushan Sarkar and then Vivek Krishna, followed by Amol Karadkar.
Virat, a question on Ishant. How did you assess his bowling in this test match? The run-up overall, was there any niggle or fitness issue? How did you look at Ishant's bowling performance?
I'm obviously not watching his run-up. I'm standing in slips, so I have to watch the bat of the batsman. So I'm not analyzing how he's moving on the field. I think he moved similar to the last game. There was no issues whatsoever. As a batting group, we failed in this game. First innings, second innings, I think we did a better job. And as a bowling group also, we accept that we are not consistent enough. And that's it. Look, all these, I know what happens when we lose one game. And I've maintained this in the past for so many times that we are not going to fall into this space where we start picking on issues and one or two things to talk about. We failed as a team and we win as a team.
Hi Virat. Virat, you spoke about how conditions in England are extremely difficult for the batsmen, and so if you could just speak about why you're not keen on that insurance of an extra batter. Don't you think that it'll help, especially avoid losing a cluster of wickets at times, which has tended to happen?
Extra bats, like you're talking about a pure batsman?
Yeah, a specialist extra batsman.
Okay. Well, I don't believe in that balance. I've never believed in that balance because either you can try and save a defeat or you can try and win the game. And we have drawn games in the past with similar number of batters in the team. So if your top 6 or 7 don't do the job, that extra guy is no guarantee of bailing you out every time. You have to accept that as a team, you take responsibility and take pride in doing the job for the team. If you don't have the ability or the resources to take 20 wickets going into a test match, then you are already playing for only 2 results, and that's not how we play.
Captain, I don't want to talk about batting. Can you just give us a sense as to whether we should expect a rotation in terms of paces, whether it's 3 or 4, doesn't matter, considering it's been a long series and 2 test matches are coming ahead back to back?
Yeah, that's bound to happen. It's a very logical and sensible thing to do. You obviously don't want to push individuals to a place where they break. So that conversation is very important and a very sensible and logical one at that as well. So we'll have that conversation with individuals and see who's placed where physically and who needs to have a game off. You obviously can't expect with a short turnaround like this for guys to play 4 test matches in a row. So we'll have to assess who are the guys that will be given that many number of days to recover and then be okay for the 5th one.
Shamik Chakravarti and then Pratyush Sinha.
Hi Virat, Rishabh has been averaging around 18 in this series and his dismissals have been pretty similar in the last 2 test matches. So from that point of view, do you think he being in off form, that is creating a problem in terms of lower middle order batting?
Well, again, as I said, with one loss, I cannot assess that or I cannot start analyzing that as a captain. definitely the management is not going to start analyzing that, because we are not failing as a team. As in, consistently we are not losing. Is what I mean when I say that. We failed this game as a team, definitely, and we take responsibility for that. And similar conversations were being initiated about Pujara as well, which seemed to have disappeared after yesterday. So we want to give, as I said in the past, Rishabh all the space to play his game and understand situations and take responsibility like is expected of everyone else in the batting order. You can't judge people all the time on numbers and whether they are succeeding or failing. That is not how you make a team. So there's still time in this series. After 2 more test matches, we can look back and reflect and analyze, okay, these are the areas that were not quite right, but at this moment it's not the time.
Hi Virat, you said that England had more intent with the bat. So do you think going forward playing more of the back foot would be part of the conversations?
I honestly don't know what to say to that question, to be honest. I mean, how do you play a ball off the back foot which is not on back of length? Yeah, please go on.
Sorry.
If you're getting 80% of the balls at length, how do you play on the back foot to a ball which is supposed to be played on the front?
Of course, England have been bowling full and on the pads, but when there's an opportunity to go back, India seems to be sort of missing out on a lot of runs.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Vishy sir.
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Virat, now not much time. We had 9 days break between the second third test match. We had a lot of time to reflect. If you were to reflect on anything during this break, what will you do? And my most important question is, but you said now it's having played 4 test matches in England, know the conditions well. It's up to each batsman in the top 6 to surpass themselves, as you said, understand the situation and raise the level of game 4 runs.
We have done that in the first 2 games. So, and even in this game, second innings, guys got into good positions to play a big knock. Yes, we were not able to do that, but that doesn't mean we will not be able to do that. When you step onto the field, you're not really going out there to prove to people you can play. You obviously want to do the best you can for the team and play big innings. The reason why we won the second test, or we were in a position to win the first one, was because guys stepped up and got the job done for the team. So the things that we need to reflect on from this game are the mistakes that happened, and as I've said in the past, when we have lost, we have played sessions which have been way below par, not up to the standard that we can play and we know how to play. So those are the areas that you really realistically need to plug in when you lose a couple of wickets like this morning. How do you control that tide? How do you make sure that you're solid enough or you're consistent enough in your thought process or decision making to overcome that situation and find ways out of that situation? So these are the only things. I mean, apart from that, you can't become a bad team overnight. And if a win doesn't guarantee you a win in the next game, even a loss doesn't guarantee you a loss in the next game. It all depends on your mindset, how you arrive in the next game. And I can assure you that we'll arrive with a lot more determination and a lot more intensity than we had in this game.
Last 4 questions. Arani Basu, then Julian Goer, Kuntal Chakravarti and Surangan Lele.
Yes, Virat, you talked about how the lower order has been bailing out the team match after match. So, and the middle order has been bailing out the team match after match. So, looking at the middle order, do you think about shuffling the batting lineup, not changing the batting team as such, shuffling the batting lineup, like send one at 5 maybe, or anything?
You're literally saying that the lower middle order has been bailing the team out match after match.
No, they've been put in pressure situations frequently. So I heard you say that in the presentations that you can't expect them to bail you out every match. So every time.
I don't think you heard the presentation quite right, because that is not what I said. They asked me specifically about Rishabh, and to that I said that it has to be a balance between the top 5 or 6 batters stepping up more often, and then the lower middle order either contributes to that effort or bails you out when we have not performed. So you can't put them under pressure every game, and you can't expect them to just contribute every game. It has to be a balance between both. That's what I said in the presentation. So yeah, the second part of the question I didn't really understand also, because that is not what I said.
Julian.
Apologies if you've answered this already, but given such a short turnaround, how do you go about rebuilding morale between now and the Oval, and sort of just sort of putting this behind you?
Because it's a new day tomorrow, and the day after, and the day the test match starts. As I said, if what happens in one game guarantees you the same thing the next game, we should have smashed England again, which didn't happen, because it's a new game, it's a new day. And we like to be in this situation where people, start coming at us with doubts and, really start questioning the ability of our team. That is the situation we love best. So I can guarantee you one thing, that we will not be demoralized by this loss. Instead, guys in the change room are hurt, and when they are hurt, they know that they badly want to correct the things that didn't go well in this game, and that is how we're going to play the next two test matches.
Final two.
Thank you.
Yes, Kuntal, if you're there. Sunandan Lele.
विराट कंसिस्टेंट लाइन जो उनके बॉलर्स बोल कर रहे हैं, इसमें आउटसाइड जो ऑफ स्टंप, अराउंड ऑफ स्टंप लाइन तो ठीक है, लेकिन लेंथ कितना इंपॉर्टेंट होता है? किससे ज्यादा शक हो रहा है? लाइन से हो रहा है, लेंथ से हो रहा है, या दोनों से हो रहा है? और क्या सुझाव है उसका?
थैंक यू सर, अब लग रहा है क्रिकेट की प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में आए हैं। बेसिकली उन लोगों ने हमसे काफ़ी अच्छी बॉलिंग करी इस मैच में, और जैसे मैंने बोला कि कल हम लोगों ने काफ़ी अच्छी बैटिंग करी पूरा दिन। गेम को चौथे दिन में उस सिचुएशन में लाने के लिए कि अगर हम और एक सेशन अच्छा खेलते सुबह, मैं और पुजारा, तो सिचुएशन थोड़ी और इजी बन जाती हम लोगों के लिए। लेकिन सुबह आके जो उन्होंने आज बॉलिंग करी है नई बॉल से, जो एरियाज उन्होंने बॉलिंग करी, और लेंथ स्पेशली जैसे आपने बोला, वहाँ पे आपको हर बॉल पे प्रिसाइज होना है अपने डिसीजन मेकिंग में। ऐसा नहीं है कि आप एक फॉल्ट करेंगे और बॉल इतना दूर है कि आपका एज नहीं लेगी। तो ये हमें एक्सेप्ट करना होगा कि हमारे लिए वो इतना इजी नहीं होने देंगे बैटिंग, और हमको यहाँ पे रन बनाने के लिए डबल एफर्ट लगाना पड़ेगा, डबल कंसंट्रेशन रखनी पड़ेगी, और उस चीज़ को हमको एज अ अपॉर्चुनिटी लेना चाहिए, एज अ टेस्ट लेना चाहिए अपना, कि हमारे अंदर कितना कैरेक्टर है, कितनी पेशेंस है, कितना रिजॉल्व है, कि यहाँ से हम सिचुएशन को धीरे धीरे बिल्ड करके उस सिचुएशन से बाहर निकल सकते हैं। क्योंकि ये जगह ऐसी है, यहाँ पे आप मार के सिचुएशन से नहीं निकल सकते। आपको पेशेंटली गेम को बिल्ड करना पड़ेगा और अपना ट्रू कैरेक्टर रियलाइज करना पड़ेगा, और कम्युनिकेशन, पार्टनरशिप, बैटिंग बहुत ज़रूरी है यहाँ पे। आई नो यहाँ पे लोग बहुत, जब हम लोग खेलने आते हैं, बहुत ऑब्सेस्ड हो जाते हैं नंबर से, कि किसने कितने बनाए और कौन कितनी एवरेज के साथ खेल रहा है, बट इवेंचुअली आप पार्टनरशिप्स कितनी कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि यहाँ पे 250-300 रन भी बहुत बड़ा टोटल हो जाता है फर्स्ट इनिंग्स में। तो अगर आपको वो 60-60, 50-50 की पार्टनरशिप भी लेके जा रही है वहां तक, तो आपने काम कर दिया अपनी टीम का। तो हमें वही फोकस रखना है कि हम लोग पार्टनरशिप बैटिंग कितनी और इफेक्टिवली कर सकते हैं, रादर देन फोकसिंग ऑन इस इंडिविजुअल ने ये नहीं किया या इस इंडिविजुअल ने वो नहीं किया। अगर आप पार्टनरशिप में खेलेंगे तो एज अ टीम आपकी सिचुएशन और स्ट्रांग होती चली जाएगी।
थैंक यू।